DE39AZ. I just wanted to say that first before I do this, the usual start to these videos, which is welcome to another episode of Watch U Strappin. These aren't watch reviews, they're just a quick wristwatch check with a strap choice. Usually something new. Sometimes I will show something again, just because, I don't know, I just feel like it. I have some maybe potentially additional thoughts, which, by the way, I would say these videos could be considered extended reviews or just simply supplemental user experience videos. Just as I'm going along my journey with particular watches, you know, I just share my thoughts on some of these as they come along. And I don't know. I guess I should put all these into a review, but I have found I have very little time to put some stuff together these days into a good review. It's been quite a while since I have, and unfortunately there's a lot of watches I've gone through and I've sold, and I did record video reviews on them. I meant to edit them and get them uploaded, but I did something stupid about a week or two ago, and a good chunk of those watches I used to own and I had videos and photos of, I deleted off of my computer stupidly by accident. I was copying something over and I was going to delete the copy, that the source copy, right, so that it would free up some space, generally off of my phone, and you know, leave it on my computer for storage until I had time to work on them. But I think I didn't realize that I was still highlighting the folder that I had dropped the file into, and I think I deleted I'm pretty sure I deleted everything. I still have some older stuff, but a lot of the somewhat newer recent stuff, I would say within the last year or so, that I've had and I've sold, and I just kind of, you know, moved on from. I've been meaning to get back to, just to at least finish up a review on those. I think I've deleted them. I believe it's possible that some of them may still exist on my Google Photos account, and they do tend to back up also video. So I think I have seen some of my older photos that I think are gone now off of my computer, still on Google Photos. So there's a chance that at least I still have those around, which I should really copy and back up as well, just to have an extra copy. And if they did back up those, and I probably have hopefully some videos too, but a lot of those videos are kind of big files, so I don't know if they ever got uploaded or not. I'll have to search, but anyways, it is what it is. But today we're talking about the SLA077. This is a Marinemaster. It's the most modern imagine a reinterpretation of the classic Marinemaster. What is always the 61? It's not 6139, is it? I forgot the old reference, but you know, the classic Marinemaster of this general style. And what was the strap that I have on it? This is a Seiko Marinemaster strap. I believe I said it was a DE39AZ. If I got that wrong, it'll be in the comments in this video. Otherwise, refer to the beginning, because I knew I would forget the reference number for the strap that I have here. I would take it off, but my hands are occupied, which, by the way, I need to get a new setup where I can free up both hands so I can point out things and even take the watch off and give it a go around, other than just having on the wrist, which has been fine. But I have been wanting to do something more, like sometimes I just want to be able to explain and talk about features of a watch when I'm doing these, and having one hand holding the camera, my phone, and of course obviously the wrist on, or the watch on the wrist, makes that pretty much impossible. But yeah, this is a cool strap. It's 20 millimeters factory. It's pretty solid. I forget which model these came on, but I saw this a while back and I bought this, and I have shown this before, but I felt like getting off the bracelet because it's been on the stock bracelet for pretty while, most recently, and I just felt like switching it up, and because this is a look that I've always enjoyed with this. Generally these Seiko dive watches do look most appropriate on a rubber strap. I think in the past they've always traditionally been designed and paired up with a rubber strap, as you know, it makes sense for a dive watch. A lot of times the bracelets, as decently integrated and fitted as they can be, do seem like a slight afterthought, but I still enjoy a bracelet option with my dive watches, but I can't deny that particularly Seiko watches, dive watches, look good on a rubber strap. And yeah, this is a nice factory one. It does seem a bit stiff, but yet once you get it on, it just kind of molds and conforms for the time being. It's on the wrist, and it's actually not uncomfortable. Actually not, yeah, so it is comfortable. And it's got a good proper rubber matching keeper here, which is, I think, better than the metal ones. The metal ones look kind of nice, but they generally are a little bit wider than they should be, so they tend to slide around and let the end of the loose end slip off, or they just come all the way down here. And yeah, this just seems to be a better system. And also with the metal ones, as you're trying to adjust it on wrist, I find that sometimes that thin metal that's in between your wrist and the strap, as you're trying to slide it up and down to get it to, you know, where it needs to be, can kind of catch on the skin and be a little bit irritating, I've noticed, more so than a rubber one like this. But anyways, yeah, I just think that this design here, it's something that I never thought I'd like as much, with these kind of, I'm sure there's a name for this, but these kind of small pyramids that are on the surface here as added texture. I do like this, I guess some people call this like an accordion style of rubber strap, where it's kind of undulates here. There are some other ones without this texture. It's just more smoother, but I think this combination just works with this design. It just goes together, and especially the way they do the bezel here with the way it's you know, knurled. It's got that grip. It's very angular too. It's not exactly the same as the pyramids here, but something about that kind of roughness, hard edgeness and form, texture kind of suits the watch. Gives it a very rugged tool-like vibe. And yeah, this is a cool watch. It's been very accurate. I think for the most part it's been holding about +1 seconds per day. Sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, it tends to be slightly faster, but it's not that much faster than about a second a day. Sometimes it's actually under. In fact, a lot of times it's been under. I haven't just put this on and got it, you know, started up and set last night. I haven't checked it this morning, but I imagine it's still pretty much holding time very well, as the L35 movement in these, I think, tend to do. They do have a better deviation tolerance than like a lot of the other Seiko movements, and I'm glad I upgraded to a watch that has this movement. So it costs a lot, but I think for me it's been worth it. I don't like the 6R movements myself. The older ones, the 6R15, seem to be better, but as they went along, they had 35, then a 45. I think they have now the 45, I believe, is the GMT version. So I think there's a 6R55 now, which may be the latest one in some of the other later Seiko Prospect divers. Yeah. And I think there's actually a new 8L movement. This is a 35. I think there's an 8L. Is it 45 right now, or is it 55? I forget. But the latest ones, it's with their, I think, 60th anniversary model or something like that. There's like a new, like really like beefy, I think it's 600 meters. You know, Marinemaster with this monoblock case, nice textured wave dial. It's blue, pretty expensive. It's around $5K. And yeah, and then there's also a new GMT, but that's a different movement. But anyways, I'm just trying to wear this and gauge how I feel about this. I really like this watch, and I like having a good Seiko diver, any Seiko in my collection. If you have watched my last stated collection, I've greatly reduced my collections from before, and that was going to be the holding pattern, and things have come in and out since then, so not quite holding that firm, and it may yet change. I'm pretty certain I'm not gaining any more watches, but in fact I might be drastically reducing them even further, and this possibly might go. I'm wearing it again just to see how I feel about it, but I'm thinking of taking my direction and my collection into a new direction, even more focused than it is now, and we shall see. And this may possibly not make the cut. It's nothing I don't like about it, I really do, but the way things are, I just have to really think about what I can and will actually wear most, and you know, what watches will really excite me the most. Not that this doesn't, but there are others that are more exciting to me, I think, to own or wear, and this may not be one of them, unfortunately, and we'll see. I will give it a thought, you know, another test drive or a continued run. It's not even a test drive anymore, I've owned this for so long. Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to see how this is. This is actually one of the best looks on with this watch, with this strap, I think, and you know, just gauging it all. But yeah, otherwise it's a great watch, and I just wanted to share this again and give my thoughts on some things about this. Well, I have it. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and enjoy watching.